Greetings, wise ones, and welcome to my channel. This is Melissa of 8th House Wisdom, author, psychotherapist, astrologer, feminine energy, and stellar planning expert. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the energy of first quarter moon and how to navigate this spring eclipse season 2023, particularly in this midpoint that we're in. This is a powerful time in the astrological calendar because the midpoint between two eclipses brings about energy that's building towards a climax and a significant shift in our lives and the timeline. So stay tuned as we dive in and explore what this means for us and what we can do to make the most of this lunar phase. And don't forget to like this video so that others will see it in the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe for more lunar wisdom and stellar planning tips to help you live with more ease and grace through the power of astrology. The first quarter moon in Leo is a great time of energy and momentum. This year, it is not only just a midway point between the new moon and full moon cycle between April and May, but it is also the midway point between a solar and lunar eclipse. It's a time that normally indicates that we should take action towards our goals and our dreams, and that we should put ourselves out there and step into power. And however, because this midpoint is happening between two eclipses that are in the intense, heart-centered sign of Leo, we're going to need to take a few things into consideration so that this intense emotional energy and the potential sense of upheaval that comes with it are best prepared for in our life and times, as we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone into unknowns as new beginnings are rolling out since the solar eclipse, and anticipating ending as we approach the full moon. To help get us oriented with the energy of the first quarter moon in Leo, I'm going to read an excerpt from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle card by Yasmin Boland. And the card for the first quarter moon in Leo asks us to be humble. Tension is in the air, and you know that you can achieve your goal, which is half the battle. But this card suggests that you need to be less show and more substance as you move slowly towards your goal. Don't try to impress anyone with money. Avoid allowing your ego to overwhelm you. Don't opt for something merely because you think it will impress others. Practice grounding, and in a financial situation, slow your spending. In love, if you're being stubborn or possessive, now is the time to stop. And I think that information really helps us to kind of understand where we need to be as it relates to the energy of the first quarter moon in Leo. We are in an unusual cycle where, because we had a solar eclipse that started in Aries but quickly shifted to Taurus, this new moon actually captures both cardinal, which is influencer energy, and fixed energy. We will have a proper Taurus new moon at the end of this eclipse cycle. But nonetheless, the remaining points of this lunar cycle are in the fixed influencer signs. There's an intensity, there's a staying power, there's a tendency towards stubbornness. This is something that we're going to need to watch, because being in an eclipse cycle requires that we remain flexible, because eclipses, more than anything else in astrology, are fated events. These cycles are long running, and when they come in, they are here to sweep away things that no longer are needed and bring new changes for appropriate updates. And this isn't something that you can negotiate with. So it's important to know that as we start thinking about what it means to be in the midpoint of a solar and lunar eclipse. Try to practice grounding and being agile, and try to work the inverse of what fixed signs do. If they like something, they hold on to it for dear life. I know, I'm a Scorpio and I'm fixed. However, letting go, not of your desire, but practicing alignment with knowing that it is always there, versus being like Smeagol from The Lord of the Rings and holding on to it and saying, it's my precious. If you're holding and clutching tightly, you don't have open hands to receive. And if you're holding and clutching tightly right now, the shifts that are rolling out will rock your world much more than if you are in a position that's prepared to wobble but not fall down. So taking that information, I want you to think about this midpoint in the solar and lunar eclipses of spring, because this is the last set of eclipses that will happen before the lunar nodes actually move into their new signs of Aries and Libra in July. When we get to fall eclipse season, the nodes will have changed place, and it will reflect a slightly different energy signature than the one that we're having right now. This is the part that I'm referring to as a timeline shift. It tends to bring together fated beginnings and endings. And because the lunar nodes are changing from Taurus and Scorpio to Aries and Libra, we're in what is called a crossover season. And that makes it a significant astrological event, because there is a feathering and fading of one energetic signature to another, which also adds to that feeling of a timeline shift. The lunar nodes represent, in our personal lives, the North Node represents the soul's journey. It's a shortcut to enlightenment. It's where we need to be pointed in this lifetime. Our South Node represents our past life and what we brought into this lifetime. And these 2 points essentially are the arc that the moon travels around when it's doing its 28 to 29 day rotation around the Earth. They really represent our path of collective destiny. In astrology, we talk about, fate, fortune, and free will. The lunar nodes point out fated events, and our knowledge of them help us to exercise free will in how we respond to what shows up. They also are going to represent, this time as we're seeing it, they also represent changes in the lessons that we're meant to learn. This is how the things that need to unfold that help us become more of who we are show up in our lifetime. And with the lunar nodes moving into Aries and Libra in July, but starting their entry at the beginning of this spring eclipse season, we can expect a shift towards more individualistic and assertive energy in the sign of the self, or Aries, as well as a focus in more business and love relationships as we move into, as well as beauty, as it moves into the sign of Libra. We're going to be shifting into focusing on individual needs and desires, while learning how to consider the needs of others and find ways to create balance in our lives and in our relationships. We may also see a shift towards more innovative and forward-thinking ideas, as Aries is associated with new beginnings, and again, Libra is associated with partnerships and collaboration. This powerful time really is going to allow ways for us to learn how to connect with ourselves and with others, and to take positive action in our lives, because we are also moving from eclipses in a fixed authority sign, where we stabilize the energy, to a cardinal influencer sign, where they take action and initiate things. And from a lunar wisdom and stellar planning perspective, this is a power dynamic that has been occurring over the last 18 months. When we first started having Taurus and Scorpio eclipses in November of 2021. So, as I talk about a timeline shift, it's important to look back at this 18-month period and see how this year's crossovers of energy will impact you, as well as the theme that has come along with the eclipses over the past 18 months, and what that has meant for shifts in your life, and how you plan to integrate those as we approach a new set of shifts and dynamics that are on their way for us to attend to. So last but not least, I really want to talk about what we can do to prepare for the upcoming powerful lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, and to make the most of this midpoint between two eclipses. And the first thing that I would say is we need to cultivate a sense of awareness and openness. It is really time to tune into your inner guidance and to connect with the energy of the eclipses. And one of the best ways that you can do that is to get a copy of your natal chart and identify the houses that are ruled by Aries and Libra and Taurus and Scorpio. For me, this is impacting, in particular, my 5th and 6th houses. So my house of fun and romance, as well as my house of work and service, and then my 11th and 12th houses, which are communities, friendships, and networks, as well as the subconscious. And I know right now that I've been undergoing great shifts in my consciousness, and one of the ways that has been supported is through meditation or mindfulness practice, because I have to be aware of what I am thinking and my perception in order to center myself and tap into my intuition, and that's the same for everybody. Mindfulness and meditation are a skill. It's a way to entrain our brain, and it helps us to be more aware and better able to act on the information or the insights that are provided to us internally. You may also want to journal or engage in any other kind of reflective practices, because that's going to help you get the level of clarity that you need to prepare for any upcoming transformations, clarify any internal goals that you have set, and be able to pass through this timeline shift with your wits about you. It's also really important to take some practical steps to prepare yourself for the energy shift. And, that may involve setting healthy boundaries with other people. Definitely clearing physical clutter from your home or your workspace is really important. Creating a vacuum allows you to call in new things, and clearing clutter from the home is definitely aligned with endings and completions as it relates to lunar eclipse signatures. Think about creating also a very nourishing self-care routine, and that's something that I plan on doing because the 12th house represents retreat and solitude and self-care. And so it's really important for me to lean into that in order to get aspects of information that could be coming through for me as my chart is being activated by the astral weather. Last but not least, you may want to seek out the support of a trusted therapist, coach, or spiritual advisor who can help you to process and provide insights and tools to navigate the shifts, because they are not personally involved in what's going on. And as always, I would love to be able to support any of you who are interested in doing that through a reading or astro coaching session. So this is really what we need to be contending with as we have this magical period of 24 hours that is the first quarter moon in Leo, and how we need to use this time as a launch pad to prepare for the upcoming lunar eclipse, and to take stock and orient ourselves at the exact midpoint between these two lunations and powerful events. Overall, it's really going to be important for you to identify your goals or hopes and dreams related to this time. Embrace your creativity. Take bold inner action. Cultivate any leadership skills. And last but not least, practice self-care. If you'd like to know more about the first quarter moon in Leo and information and specific dates, head over to my blog, which is linked in the description below, to get more specific astrological information. But remember that this is a time of great potential, but it can also be challenging. By staying grounded in your intentions to pass through this time, and because I do not recommend setting intentions that will happen in the external during the eclipse, because we're really watching the board change. But if you can do that and remain open to the guidance of the universe, because fated events are coming in, and take some of these practical steps that I talked about, you will be able to support yourself and navigate this powerful time with lots of ease and grace. I hope that you have received some important and or powerful lunar wisdom insights while watching this video. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will be back in the next ones. Wise ones, sending lots of light and love. Take care. To apply the information in this video, click the link below to get a free copy of your birth chart. Understand your planetary placements and get your planet positions at birth so you know where all the signs are in your chart. Discover the keys to your life's path and purpose by reading the stars with a free personal astrology report sample from 8th House Wisdom. From obstacles to opportunities, these reports teach you what you need to know to thrive. Try out any of these 8 types of astrology reports, 2 multi-package reports, and 1 tarot reading in the 8th House Wisdom Astro Report store before you buy them. They're available for immediate download and specific to you, your life, and your unique birth information. Self-care isn't selfish. It's absolutely necessary for a soft life. Click the link below to get my free Top 7 Beauty Therapy and Self-Care Tips and the Beauty Therapy Checklist. Learn to manifest by the moon with my astrology ebook, The Lunar Wisdom Formula. It helps women stay in tune with feminine energy and manifest a life that feels as good as it looks. The 2023 edition comes with a bonus moon calendar and important dates. Click the link in the description below. Get more out of your beauty treatments and self-care by aligning them with the moon's mood and phase. In my astrology ebook, The Lunar Wisdom Formula for Beauty and Self-Care. This guide does all the hard work for you so you can get greater benefits from your self-care and live a softer life by the moon. Link in the description below. Introducing our newest book, Guide to Herbal Remedies, packed with information on how to use herbs and plants to promote health and well-being. The guide includes detailed information on a wide range of herbs and their healing properties, as well as recipes for teas, tinctures, and other remedies you can make at home. Whether you're looking to boost your immune system, reduce stress and anxiety, or treat common ailments, this guide has everything you need to get started with natural healing. Join us as we explore the world of herbal remedies and discover how you can use the power of plants to support your health and well-being. Plus, 2 bonus items for getting herbal tools and using herbs to smudge so you can round out your herbal medicine cabinet and toolkit. Crystals are a fantastic tool to harmonize and ground your energy. Use my coupon code 8th House Wisdom for 11% off high quality, ethically sourced crystals. Click the link in the description below to shop today. Triple your blessings and manifestations this year by downloading a free copy of the 2023 Stellar Year Blueprint. It's my formula for applying astrology to align your life to the natural cycles for greater ease and grace. Click the link in the description below to download yours today. Get an in-depth look at the astrology of 2023 and more information about my stellar planning process with this free workshop.
Triple your New Year manifestations with astrology. Click the link in the description below to watch now.
Go deep in the astrology for 2023 and set the tone for how you want to feel this year with the 2023 Stellar Year Blueprint with Free and Clear and the Desire Map. Get in-depth information on my stellar planning process, plus 19 multimedia lessons, a workbook, tools, and resources to really have a stellar 2023. Use the link in the description or go to thewisdombeacon.com. Remember, wise ones, life does come with an instruction manual. It's written in the stars. Please like, share, and comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Sending you so much light and love. Take care.